And
I knew immediately who he was.
now after the Michigan State game, I think we're okay with John Butler again. So I think he's had a pretty fantastic 5-game stretch as well, considering how many new guys are coming onto the field, never really having had the expectation of being starters. Certainly not at the Power 5 level. You start your season against a Cincinnati team that, is just outside of being ranked now. Their passing game has been tremendous in every game that wasn't yours. Nebraska's secondary has locked quarterbacks up, and guys like Aiden Childs and Brendan Sorsby that have played football, in addition to Bryce Underwood, who kind of didn't have to do as much. And, Nebraska got away with a few things there because Michigan had some drops, but that happens in college football. They have done a very nice job. And the important part of this, they're not even scratching the surface for how good they potentially could be when we get to November, when guys like Williams Nwaneri are getting better. And it's not just the young guys. It's not just Nwaneri and Keona Davis and guys like that. Go tell me that Dasan McCullough doesn't look different rushing the quarterback in the Michigan State game than he did against Cincinnati. Because the other part of all of this is we always want to focus on, these young guys are going to get better and they're going to have to develop and we're going to know what this team is. But these other guys that have played a bunch of football, they're just going to be the same player we've ever seen before. That's not true of a Dasan McCullough. I mean, he was playing an entirely different position at Oklahoma. He had to learn or, add technique to what he wanted to do to be a pass rusher. He looks better. I mean, Javen Wright looked tremendous on Saturday.
Singleton looked way better than last year.
They all just like, and that's the thing. We're not even halfway into the season. Like, part of the difficult thing with where we are in college football and where we are in just sports discourse is everything needs to look perfect immediately, and nothing in life works that way. Like Nebraska's defense, it didn't matter how many times you guys said it, or we would say it on our podcast, or have it on our message board, or there'd be articles written about it, or Matt Rule would stand up and say it. Everyone knew coming in that the defense was needing to be a work in progress, that there was going to be some areas that had to get better as the season went along. And here we are, Nebraska's defense coming out of a bye, plays very well, gave up a couple short field touchdowns, couldn't get off the field on fourth down, didn't get help maybe in some regards by a very, what looked like obvious face mask, or at the very least a block in the back on one of those fourth down runs for Aiden Child, but played an overall really good game and played better against the run. But again, we have to be careful when we want to just judge everything after a small sample size. And the same can be true with this. Nebraska has to go and prove it against Maryland, and they're going to have to prove it against Minnesota. They're going to have to prove it against Northwestern. But we should all be feeling better today about what Nebraska's defense can do based on what we saw them doing coming out of the bye. That looked like a significantly improved unit.